On the next episode of Fathers Who Bother, I speak with R&B singer VEDO about planning his daughter's first birthday party, the gift and curse of Baby Shark, and what his toddler thinks of his music. Check it out. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fathers Who Bother, a podcast for men who are dad as we want to be. My next guest is a native of Benton Harbor, Michigan. This singer and songwriter became a contestant on season 4 of The Voice at just 19 years old. He released his solo debut 93 in 2015, which earned him over 19 million Spotify streams. He followed that up with the releases from Now On in 2017, VEDO in 2019, and For You in 2020. The lead single, You Got It, landed on Billboard Hot 100 and was certified gold thanks to 74 million streams and spawned the remixes with Ty Dolla $ign, Money Man, and Young Dolph. Also known as Penn Franklin, this talented writer has written songs for Chris Brown, Little Dicky, and more. But today we are going to talk about his life as a young dad, raising a mini influencer. Please welcome VEDO to the podcast. What's up, man?
Yo, I'm good, man. I'm blessed. Happy to be here, man.
Oh man, I've been taking in your IG. I think you're the first guest I've had who has a whole separate Instagram account for his daughter.
Yeah. I mean, I think in today's age, man, you got to get them ready because like at the end of the day, you never know what field she may fall into. Especially with everything being so social media driven. It's better to get that started now, and then when she's old enough, hand it over to her. Everybody will already be familiar with it, so it'll be easier for her to do whatever she wants to do, social media wise.
Oh, that's dope. That's some forward thinking. That's definitely some forward thinking. So you're a relatively new dad, right?
Yeah.
Take me to the day you found out you were going to have your daughter. What do you find out? What do you remember about the day you found out you were having her?
Well, there was two different types of feelings, right? The first feeling I got was when my girl first told me she was pregnant. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I'm like, man, all right. It was more like a nervous and scared feeling, like, man, I'm gonna be a new dad. I don't know what it's gonna come with. All I know is that I gotta make sure my son or my daughter will have the best, the best opportunity to thrive and be something when they get older. You know what I mean? So that was the first feeling I had. The second feeling when I found out I had a girl, it was like, I shouldn't have been that way in high school. They say God gives girls to the guys who, weren't so, what can I look? I don't want to say like, just was
you were
there,
active.
You know what I mean?
You were active in high school.
I was very active.
You were very active.
So I feel like, and it's crazy because then you start looking at the things like, man, I do not want my daughter to date no dude like me growing up. You know what I mean? But it was a great feeling, man. I just kind of took it all in. I felt like, I lost my mom too, and I felt like having a little girl would fill that void of that empty space. Like it's like now I got a little girl who actually looks like my mom too. So I mean, it actually, so it's a great feeling, man.
See, they're the blessing. Everybody says that, but every dude finds out the daughters are the blessings. They are not.
Oh, for sure.
They're not karma. They're definitely. I know people have thought that, but they soon find out that daughters hold you down, man.
Man. They having a daughter. What for me, having a daughter basically, because I've always had the utmost respect for women, period. But having a daughter just it heightens that as well. It's like you want to show your daughter how she should be treated. Right. So that's how you treat her mom. That's how you treat your sisters and aunties and things like that with respect. Right. And I think that's what. That's one of the things she did for me as well, man. You just see women in a whole different light. Because even watching my girlfriend go through the pregnancy and, having the baby, it's like, yo, ain't no way I could have did that. Ain't no way I could have did that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. I feel you on that 100%. I watched, my kids are older. My son's 18, my daughter's 12, but watching my wife go through those pregnancies, I'm like, no, I couldn't do it. I know.
Ain't no way, man. My hat's off to you, baby. Listen here, you are the greatest. Understand me?
She there with you?
No, she's not. She's at home with the baby, actually. Yeah.
Got you. So you got, the timing was interesting. What was going on in your career at that moment? Because 2019, you had put out an album. That's around the time you found out.
Right.
And then She's About to Be Born April last year. And then we're in the middle of this quarantine lockdown. What was that like for you as an artist and a new dad to be going through this transition? Because a lot of things were closing down, touring and stuff wasn't really happening, but here you are about to have a baby.
Well, I would say that at first, when it first happened, it kind of got a little stressful, because it was like, man, I don't know, because I did shows and things like that, and of course, those shows had to be canceled. The promotion for the album had to be canceled. So it put me in the space like, man, like how am I going to, put this album out here and not have any promotion to go behind it? And that was kind of the thinking that I had, but I had to sit back and just kind of, look at things from a different perspective. Now it's time to really hit hard on social media. It's time to really use that. It's time to really use my platform, every platform that I have to promote this album. And the way God worked is crazy, because even though, I these shows were canceled and I had to, everything, wasn't able to travel and make no money, all my streams went up like 300%. Like, wow. So, mind you, and being independent, that is a great thing, because all that comes to you. So even in the midst of this pandemic, I was still making money. You know what I'm saying? My streams going up and on my album and things like that made up for the money I lost for those canceled shows and those appearances and things like that. So that was a stressful at first, but then a burden was lifted when I started to see the movement that everybody was, basically in the house, YouTube views going up, things like that. What's going crazy? So that was one thing, man. The second thing was I was scared, because it's like, man, I got a daughter, newborn. Everybody know that babies and newborns are they can easily catch COVID, just like older people. So it was very stressful. My dad didn't see her for, my dad couldn't see her for about 3-4 months. Nobody could come visit her. So it was basically just me, my girl, and my baby. For about 4 months. Like, we literally didn't let anybody come around, and that was kind of hard to do, especially we have a big family, and so it was hard for me to actually tell them, no, you can't come visit her right now. You can FaceTime her. So that definitely weighed on me a little bit. And I just wanted them to be there from the very beginning, because that's important. That's important because it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a kid, literally. And not, my mom used to always say that, but now I truly know what she means when she says it takes a village.
Absolutely. So what was but you had all this time now. The flip side is you're home. So what were those few months home with the newborn like? Were you good at changing diapers? Did you had to learn the feeding, like getting her schedule together? What was all that like?
Man, honestly, man, I always say, man, COVID, definitely hit people, hard. But for some, it was a blessing. For me, it was a blessing in disguise, because I was always on the move, man. Never was home, things like that. I never checked on family members and checked on people, you know what I mean? And it's not that I didn't want to, it just slipped my mind, but COVID it slowed me down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful for that, definitely, to regather myself. But to answer your question, Nick, I'm really glad it happened that way, because I was able to sit at home and watch her grow. Literally from the first day she got home, I watched her grow for 3-4 months, literally. I was able to understand, start to get get acquainted with everything it takes to be a father, and just, I learned my daughter. I learned what she likes and what she don't like, and her sleep schedule. I learned what it felt like to sleep on edge. You know what I mean? Like, when a newborn, you got a newborn, man, you can't be falling to no deep sleep, dog. You gotta be ready to jump up at any moment. You know what I mean? And because me being a father, man, I was reading all these articles about things happening to babies and they sleep and all this and that. So, man, I'm in the bed like, I might as well just stay up, because I ain't going to sleep. But it was
one
great.
eye open, like,
it was one eye open, me and my girlfriend. but it also helped me strengthen the relationship of, me and my girlfriend as well, because I was able to be at home more. And we were actually able to sit down and have meaningful conversations and things and plans and things that we want to put in place for Kaden, like a college fund from the first day she's born, until she turns 18. She'll have well over $100,000 to either go to college or open a business, start a business. It's up to you. Those are things we were able to sit down and discuss, and we had the time to because of COVID. And I think that's what I mean by a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. And trust me, brother, that college fund, they grow up so quickly. That time's gonna fly by. My son just started his first year of college, and we were so happy that we had that college fund that we started when he was a baby. That time goes like this, and you're like, oh wait, we've got this money here that we can use.
Exactly. And it's a great thing, man. And I gotta give my team, man. I gotta give them their props as well, because this is my baby, of course, but to my team, they like, this is my baby too. So, hey, look, I know a guy who he does this for a lot of entertainers I work with, and he's set up your retirement fund, basically, your life insurance and things like that. Even with me, I get 65, 70 years old, or even 50. You never know. I may want to stop singing. I may want to stop performing. But now I've been putting all this money aside for 30 years. If the money did stop, I still got I got a couple million over here that I done saved up, ain't touched in 35 years. So I even have that in place. Nice. And he was the one that helped me, set it up for my daughter as well. Like, my team really brought these people in, because I didn't know anything about that. I'm new. I'm a new father. I didn't know what to do. I've heard about, college funds and retirement plans and things like that, but I'm new. I was new to money. I'm new to being a father. I didn't know what to do. I want to go to the jewelry store. You know what I mean? But but you got these people, man, that your team that really have your best interest, man, and just they help me every step of the way, man. I couldn't be more thankful.
So for her birth, did you guys do the hospital route, or did you do it at home?
Yeah, we did. We actually we contemplated the whole hospital thing, man. But I felt like doing it at home and doing it the holistic way and things like that. I felt like that had to be something we had been like really reading up on and doing our actual research on what it would take and things like that. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If I had to do what the doctors did at the hospital at home, man, look, dog. I say, look, we're gonna have to wait to the second one. We're gonna do the second one, like. Because it's a lot. It was a lot, man. So we did do the hospital route. And but like I say, man, it was a successful, easy birth, man. We
for you.
For me, right? Yeah, I actually I was okay. Like, she was, man, them contractions, dog. Oh my goodness, I was like, dude, it was something different. I was something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was she had your hand in the vice grip.
Man, she didn't even. She wanted me to get away from her, but she wanted me to come close. I'm like, what you want me to do? Like, what you want me to do, man? Like, I'm right here. She's like, no, leave, move. I'm like, all right, come here. I'm like, oh, goodness gracious. But that's the thing I read up on it. People used to tell me that stuff. Like, yeah, my wife didn't want to touch me, but she didn't want me to be far away. I'm like, all right. Okay.
It's so real.
But now, it's so real, man. I'm like, okay, now I see what they meant.
It's like, I love you, but I hate you right now.
Right.
Like, get away from me, but don't go too far.
Right. Why would you do this to me? I'm like, what? What'd I do? Like, I didn't do nothing. But no, it was a blessing, man.
So what do you remember about when you first saw? How did you come up with the decide on the name Kaden?
Kaden just, I feel like from what we felt like, both sides of us, our family, from her side and my side, we're just fighters and warriors. And Kaden means fighter, a warrior. And we just wanted to give her a strong name that symbolizes that aspect of life. Like, in life, you're going to have to fight. It's going to be some battles you have to face and have to fight. There's some battles you may win, some battles you may lose. But I want her to grow up knowing that I've been a fighter and a warrior from birth. So, that's why my name is Kaden. You know what I mean? And we just agreed upon it. It wasn't really a discussion to have about my son, because it's gonna be my name. So we went, so after that, what I mean? Yeah, but that's why we named her Kaden, man. But man, oh my goodness. When I first seen her, she literally looked just like me. Like she's starting to get, she still looks a lot like me, but she's starting to like fill out her cheeks and stuff. She's slimming down, so she's starting to look like her mom as well.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when that baby first came out, I looked like I was looking at myself, literally. I'm talking about from the nose, the eyes, the lips, everything. Like I was like, wow. When my girl came too, she was like, oh my goodness, look like you had this baby. Try to say,
I carried this baby for 9 months just for her to look like you.
Look just like me coming out, man. Like you put my baby picture side by side, and her baby picture, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's the same baby.
Wow.
It was crazy.
What surprised you the most about being a dad? Like what about parenting and kids? Like what surprised you the most?
Man, I mean, everything surprised me about Kaden, man, about being a dad. But one thing I would say what surprised me the most is her independence. She's so independent. Like she don't like to be, she wants to get down. Like she does this little thing where she just kind of loosens up and you can't even hold her. Like she wants to be on the floor. Like she wants to eat by herself. She don't want to be like cuddled or anything like that. She wants to have room to sleep so she can stretch out. Like it's like really, she's really independent. You can't hold her bottle, but she want to hold her own bottle.
Nice.
I would say that her independence, like that's what surprised me the most, because she's not clingy. She's clingy when she wants to, but she's not clingy. It's like she's a baby, but she knows like I need to start walking, or no, I'm a big girl, I want to feed myself type thing. And she's saying dada. She's saying hi and bye. Like she's very independent.
What's one thing you felt like you do really well as a dad, and what's one thing that you were like, yo, this is hard?
One thing I'm very attentive to her needs and things that she wants. Just that's very, I mean, whatever the case may be, like if I know exactly when something's wrong with her because her cry is different. It's a different cry, and I've learned those cries from just in these short 11 months. One thing I would have to say I didn't know was going to be as hard as that is watching her by myself. Like when mama got to run out and do something, but watching that baby, man, and trying to get stuff done, like trying to wash the dishes or wash clothes and whatever the case may be, like that is extremely hard. Like
the multitasking is real.
The multitasking. So we had to just come up with ways to keep her busy while we get stuff done. Like I try not to put on Baby Shark because I feel like it's really not it's not informative. It's not like phonics. It doesn't teach them anything. It really just puts them in a trance.
Right.
But that Baby Shark, you put that Baby Shark on, boy, you have about a good 2 hours to get what you need to get done. So I ain't gonna lie, I had the results of that Baby Shark sometime, man. But as long as she has something to do, if you give her something to do, she'll be okay. She's not like, oh no, I want to be picked up. No, she may be a little cranky because she's tired, but give her a little snack and put Baby Shark on. She gonna sit there like this all day, mouth wide open. And I'm like, yeah, no, I don't like that Baby Shark. That thing having a trance.
Does she have a what are her favorites? Like favorite food?
Oh man. She loves peaches. She loves peaches, pineapples, broccoli. She loves broccoli, green beans. She used to like mashed potatoes, but I guess it's the texture now. Like she don't deal with mashed potatoes at all. She don't even like her formula anymore. She's like, I want food.
She's almost a year, so yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, she want food now. But I would have to say, and she loves spaghetti. We feed her. I love spaghetti's my favorite food, but we feed her the spaghetti noodles with the red sauce, not the meat or anything like that. But she is absolutely tears it up. Like I'm talking about down to every last little. She was trying to lick the bowl. I was like, you can't do that. Like she loves that. She loves vegetables and fruits for sure.
Okay. And have you exposed her to Daddy's music yet? Has she
Oh yeah.
responded to Daddy's songs? What does she think of
Listen,
Daddy's music?
man, literally, I listen, and I'm not just saying this. As soon as a song come on, for example, I put on "You Got It," she start doing this. Like literally, she just start doing a little rocking back and forth thing, and then she start throwing her hands up. I be like, look at this little girl here, and she be on beat. She be on beat. I be like, yeah. So she definitely responds to all my. She knows my voice too now. So when she could be doing anything, and if a song come on and she hear me singing, she'll stop and start looking around, as if she's trying to figure out if I'm in the room or not.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
Has she shown any early signs of musical inclinations of her own?
she
Like,
she definitely be saying what to me is singing. She does this thing where it's bye bye, and she like literally does that. Like she'll do that for about 10 minutes straight, literally, and we'll do it back and forth to each other. So I mean, I look at that like that's her trying to sing or whatever and hold a note. So yeah, that to me, yes, she has. Her mom sings as well, so it's a great possibility, great chance that she gonna be a singer.
okay, that's what's up. So now, in a couple of days, you are going to be celebrating her first birthday.
Yeah, man.
What y'all got planned for that?
Well, listen, I'm be honest with you, dog. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I keep getting invoices to pay. That's all I know, man. We're almost $30,000 in to her first birthday. So, that's my girl doing right there. I told her we ain't doing this no more. But from what I think, some of the things I know we have the it's her wonderful like one in ONE wonderful birthday tea party. So she's gonna come in her dress we got a horse and carriage. That's gonna make her a grand entrance, and got a whole bunch of kids, just like a tea party theme type thing. So it's gonna be dope. But as far as activities, I couldn't even tell you, though. I'll just be like, look.
That tea party sounds fly, though. That tea party sounds hella fly. Is it gonna be? Are there any characters that she likes yet? Is it gonna be like?
She loves Cocomelon, the Cocomelon characters, JJ and all of them. She loves those people. Of course, Baby Shark. She loves those characters. And I just found out today that SpongeBob actually grabs her attention, and she stays on SpongeBob.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess it's the colors, man. Maybe I think it's the colors and the movement. I think that's what she's drawn to the most.
The colors, and I think the music definitely is very soothing. That guitar,
yeah.
I'm a grown man. I still watch cartoons, so I know why kids love.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll throw some cartoons on in a minute, man. Sit there and be stuck to the TV for about an hour, man.
It's just relaxing and soothing, and colors.
Yeah,
and
man.
Stuff.
Especially cartoons that you watched as a kid. It just brings back memories.
Has she been able to meet your dad yet?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
My dad usually like tears of joy. I mean, my dad seen it was like, oh my goodness, like looks just like me, looks just like my mom, looks just like my girlfriend. Like if she has the qualities she got something of everybody, and especially as she gets older now, man. My dad I'm his only son, so for me to give him a granddaughter, he was like, man, I'm glad you did that. I didn't know when you was gonna have a baby, but man, I'm so glad you did it when you did it. So she usually goes to my dad's every, maybe like one weekend out the month or a couple weekends out of the month, because they like to see her. Yeah, so they definitely put the time in to be with her.
So what was your relationship like with your dad growing up?
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, when I stayed with my mom, I stayed with my mom up to like 13. My dad would always come visit and things like that. So yeah, we definitely had a great relationship. But I would say the age of 14 to now, the relationship has been one of the things I needed the most in life, and he gave it to me. You know what I mean? I moved down here in Atlanta when I was 14. I was in dire need of a male figure. You know what I mean? As far as getting in trouble, and as far as running with the wrong crowds. I'm over here in Buckhead. You got to watch it over here in Atlanta. But yeah, I was in dire need of a male figure at 14, man, because I was just all over the place, and I didn't even know. But my mom and my dad had an agreement in place. They said, "Hey, listen, I'll let him live with you, stay with you. You won't have no problems out of me. No, I'm gonna try to take you to court or anything. Just promise me when he becomes too much for you to handle, call me, and I'll come get him. And she said, okay, I promise. And at 13 years old, 14 years old, I was out here in these streets, we're running with the wrong people, getting locked up. My mom, she just was scared. And called my dad. My dad came up there and got me, and I ain't looked back since.
Yeah, that's such a common theme. A lot of brothers my age think of it as the Furious Styles moment from Boys in the Hood. But there's a new movie out now called Concrete Cowboy on Netflix with Idris Elba. And it's the same thing. He lives in Philly and his son was in I think Detroit. And his mother, you see his mother, he's getting in trouble, getting in fights. And the mom brings him to live with his dad. And he's like, I don't want to stay here. He's like, listen, you know, your mom said you run in the street. You know, you
I'm gonna go. So it's called Concrete Cowboy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, check it out. So what was that adjustment like for you living with your dad? Do you remember?
It was an adjustment in the beginning because I had no friends, I didn't know anybody and things like that. But it was easy. I easily got over that because my dad let me be independent, just like my mom let me be independent. The only difference was I couldn't run the streets because I didn't know the streets. You know what I mean? I didn't know the streets. I didn't have any friends, you know. And eventually I started to acquire friends, and I tried to ease my way back into that. My dad was like, put the brakes on that, stopped all that, you know. But the adjustment was cool, man. I left my brothers behind, left literally everything that I knew behind. And basically just had to learn it all again. And once I did, man, I just had a whole new mindset on how to operate and how I live my life. And I think that was, like I said before, that was the best thing that ever happened.
Has your father given you any verbal advice on parenting, or has it been you kind of acting on things he's done?
I've definitely acted on things he's done. Like, I mean, I would say the biggest thing that he told me that I have to have when having a baby is patience. You have to, you have to be patient, man. You have to have the patience like none other, man, with these kids, because, you can have a good baby or you can have a baby that is, all over you, crying all the time. And, you could also have a baby that's, very sickly, and things like that. So it's like, he also said is make sure, like be thankful because you have a healthy baby. Everything is right. She's a great baby. She doesn't cry. And she really doesn't require much. She doesn't require much. But that was the biggest thing he gave me, man. Patience, son. You're going to have to be patient because there's going to be times where you're going to want to go to sleep, but that baby ain't asleep and the baby up. So you got to be up, Yeah, that was one of the biggest things.
That's dope. Do you have any peers or friends around your age that have kids that you talk to?
Yeah, got a couple of my homies. Yeah, they got kids. But it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. It's like, yeah, man, this baby taught me patience, enormous patience, and just how to truly love unconditionally, man. Like, people talk about selfless love, but I think until you have a child, you really don't know about selfless love, man. Like the selfless love is real when you got a baby, because that baby is 100%. 100%, not 99%, 100% dependent upon you and your nurturing and, for everything.
I feel you. So with this year under your belt now, what's your biggest takeaway about being a dad from this first year coming up?
From this first year, about being a dad. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let me think. Biggest takeaway. Ooh, I don't know, man. I have so much to take away from just being a father, man. But maybe planning, thinking ahead.
Okay.
Being organized, because I ain't gonna lie, I was definitely all over the place before I had a baby. I would think biggest thing I would think is time management. Because at first we were late for everything. Late, I'm talking about late for everything. But now we're getting the gist of it. We know, okay, we got to get start getting ready 2 hours early, 3 hours early. You know what I mean? So I would definitely say time management and planning.
Word.
Definitely.
So, fun question. Given that you are such an esteemed crooner, which of your songs do you think is responsible for conception?
Oh,
you
I
can
would probably
pick
say
three.
I would probably say my song "Pull Out." Yeah, definitely that one. A song about not wanting. A song about not wanting to pull out. Definitely. The second one will probably be "Best Sex Ever,"
Mm-hmm.
and the third one will probably be "Sex Playlist."
Sex Play. Are those all on the same project or different projects?
No, that's different projects. Yeah.
Okay. For folks who might be unfamiliar, let them know which projects they can find those songs on.
So "Pull Out" is on VEDO. It's
Okay.
the yellow artwork. "Best Sex Ever" is on For You.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm not mistaken, Sex Playlist is on VEDO as well.
Okay.
Sex Playlist is on VEDO as well.
Have you had fans come up to you and tell you that, or DM you, or?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, they were like, "Dog, I'm gonna be sending you these child support papers in a minute." So what you mean, man? Hey man, I got my girl pregnant. Listen to your song, man. You gotta help. I'm like, what? Hey, what I got to do with that? I got nothing to do with that, partner.
That's all on you, man. I was just inspiration.
Yeah. Right.
I was just
You know what I'm saying?
inspiration.
Ain't nobody tell you to stay in. I said I didn't want to pull out. And you got that. He said, nothing about you.
So I saw on a comment on your Instagram, someone asked, do you have a song for your daughter yet for her birthday? Have you written a song for your daughter yet?
No, I haven't. I think I haven't. I have had the thought in my head, but it just hadn't came out right yet.
Okay.
A song like that is something I don't want to force. Because I want it to be personally for her, but I want it to be personally for the world too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I want people to play this song for their babies and for their daughters. It's almost like, Dance to My Father again, Luther. So it's so touching. It's broad. I want it to be broad, but I want it to be touching to her because she's going to be the one that reaps the benefits from it. So when I do write it, she'll own, she'll have publishing on it. She'll get the pay. When people stream a song, it'll go to her. You know what I mean? So I just don't want to force anything. And I feel like when I get the right beat and I have the right mindset and right atmosphere, it'll come. But I've definitely been shooting at it, but I just don't want to put no anything together.
Okay. Well, it looks like you got a birthday party to finish planning for, so I'm gonna let you get back into it. And congratulations on all of that. Have fun. Post pictures, and we'll be checking the gram for the updates. And
for sure, bro.
Give our best to her mom and your family, and congratulations.
Thank you, Jerry, man. I appreciate you, brother. This is dope.
All right. Cool, man. Thanks for coming on. This has been Fathers Who Bother with VEDO. Go check that out, and we'll see you all soon.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Take care.
Take it easy.
If you're enjoying Fathers Who Bother, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow us on Instagram at Fathers Who Bother and Twitter at Fathers Who Be. Thanks.